everybody to episode 4 of our Digital Flow Battles. I'm Tucker.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Quinn. And we run Freerunning.
Alright, so we'd like to say welcome back to everybody. Thank you to all the athletes that competed this week. We had crazy matchups the entire week. We had knee double twists, we had twisting flip precisions, all kinds of crazy stuff that just blew my mind. And I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'd rather just watch these videos, so let's put them up.
Heck yeah.
Alright, so the first battle we got up is between Jared and Elvin. We're going to watch Jared's line first here.
This first one's crazy. I love that one.
It's definitely my favorite out of the whole line, that trick.
I like that he's really powerful through like all of his like movement. Makes it to where like all of his landings are really clean, connections are always really clean.
Super clean connections all the way through.
Yeah, that is one thing you definitely notice in Jared's line. It's just that he's like strong enough to just take all these landings and just control to flow out of it. It's like he's not landing off balance or anything because he's just very, very, very centered and just lands and continues on from there very easily. So yeah. And next up, we're gonna watch Elvin's line.
Ooh. I like that all the movement in his line had purpose with the next step. Stomps it. I'll clap
Super clean also, super clean also.
So that's the big thing with Elvin's line is just like there's like no breaks in flow at all in there. It's just like every single flip is landed clean. He's pushing to the next areas. He's pushing himself where he wants to go to connect the next flip that he has in his line. And just everything was just landed super clean and controlled, and it was just a banger line just all around.
Truth.
Alright, so both those lines were just banger lines with just really good flow and very good control throughout the whole lines. After counting up all the votes though, we did have a winner, and that is going to be Elvin. So really good job both of you guys. Those are killer lines. And Elvin, we'll see you next round, man.
Alright, for our next matchup, we got Max and Colton going against each other. This should be a pretty heated battle. We're going to watch Max first. Boom, side. Straight into the dub. That was so
Gangster
clean.
connection, yeah.
Also, I love that because I've seen you doing that too, Tucker. I love that move so much. That corner to A-twist touchdown. Sick.
Super clean landings the whole time.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that we talked about with a couple other athletes too, is that clean landings creates like a lot of good flow and a lot of good connections, and allows the line to come out a lot cleaner, and it just is a better all like appearance look of a line. All right, next we're gonna watch Colton. This kid's a killer.
One thing I love about Colton's lines is that they're usually in his backyard, and the amount of different things that I've seen him do in his backyard is just like, how are you building such a repertoire in just one space? It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it is insane. He like trains so many different things in just that setup right there.
Yeah, I mean, well, he has that, like you said, he has that whole setup in his backyard, and he like did probably most of that with himself and his dad. And then I've also seen him use like the plastic picnic tables as like set up for like double sides and stuff. Like you could tell the kid is committed to it, like movement and learning and getting better. And I also just recently found out that he also did like competitive gymnastics for a really long time too. I think he said for like 4 years maybe.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I saw some like old clips of him tumbling. He was just doing like round off, backhand, dub full, and I think he was. What are you calling? Like I think you were like 12 or 13 in that video. It was cool.
Let's go.
Yeah, I loved it.
Sick.
Alright, there we had it, another heated matchup between two really big power athletes. Both these guys killed it, but in the end, Colton ended up taking it. Good job, Colton. Congratulations. Good job, boys. Those lines banged, and then let's get on to another one.
The next matchup is going to be Tyler and Hannes. International battle. Let's see it.
He has so much power in that front flip right there.
This lifts stuff so high.
I love how tall he is. His height is why he can do that.
Yeah. I love it. Tyler, you're such a lanky boy. You know it. But we love it.
Yes, another example of a really simple environment, but being able to really put it together and make creative moves in a really small space.
Yeah, just use those 2 bench tables. Yeah.
Good job, Tyler. Peanut butter.
And now we're going to show you Hannes' line.
Starts with a banger.
This line. Woo! Doing this to the pop full.
Yeah.
Lands it so well to like forward roll out of it.
And then
Stomps! Let's go!
Yeah.
just like, yeah, very clean on all.
Now that first move, we were thinking that was a knee dub A. Some people were saying it was a knee Rudy. We were kind of curious, so maybe put in the comments what you thought it was.
Yeah, that one is. I don't know. I think it's knee dub A. In my opinion,
Also
it's
could
knee
be dub B
But
because
yeah,
he's set up from the side.
that is true. It's hard to tell a little bit, but yeah.
Regardless of what the move was, the winner of this round was Hannes.
Woo woo!
Yeah, way to go with the killer lines. We saw you both using your environment to your advantage. You didn't use a lot, but you used it well.
Alright, and last but not least, we have the battle that got the most amount of votes total. We have Ed versus Leo, and we're going to watch Ed's line first.
Start with cork pre.
The spot went really well to the music.
Seriously. Right into that tiny little area though, and then right here, second twisting pre.
So good.
Right into the broken 540.
Alright, so that was just like a straight up banging line. Like Quinn said, 2 different twisting flip pre's, which are always just give a little bit of difficulty added to those lines and just like smooth flow throughout the whole thing. So really, really good job, Ed. And now we're gonna watch Leo's line.
Ooh, double A. I like how he kicks the leaves right there. Yeah.
Do you guys think he was aiming for that leaf?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
think
not.
so. It's Leo.
I love it.
Alright, so like I said, that battle had the most amount of votes out of all the other 3 battles there. And it was very heated and very close, but when it came down to it, Ed Scott took the win on that one. So, really good job, both of you. Ed Scott, we'll see you in round 2, man. Okay, so that concludes our round 1 of the competition. So, we had some crazy matchups over the last 2 weeks, and it was really cool. We went from our 16 athletes that we had chosen in the beginning. Now we got 8 left that are going to move on to round 2.
Alright, so for all of round 1, we had it to where your guys' votes solely decided upon which athletes moved up to the next round. In the end, you guys decided that Josh Malone, Sam Wiseman, Ethan Guzman, Denali Serrano, Elvin Tafili, Colton Pearson, Hannes Larson, and Ed Scott will be moving up to the next round.
Stacked top 8 right there.
Now, as mentioned last week, we are going to be changing our voting system for round 2. Again, there's going to be 3 judges. 2 of them are guest athletes, and the third is your votes. This way, if somebody has 100K followers, they can't just win based off of popularity. We actually got to bring some skill and ability into our competition. And we are super excited to announce that Joey Adrian and Christian Kowalski are going to be our 2 guest judges. Anyone that's been in the parkour and free running community has known that these 2 athletes have been in major competitions across the globe, traveled the world, been involved in social media, judging all over the place, and we're so excited to have these guys as our judges for the competition, and hopefully it can bring all of you something new to online competition.
Alright, so that's all we have for you guys today. Make sure you're on the lookout for that video that is going to be out on Monday at 3 o'clock like it has been the last 2 weeks as well. And again, the voting will go up on our Instagram within 30 minutes of that video dropping. So, with that, we will catch you guys later. We'll see you guys on Monday, and keep it real.